my stinky little friends, and welcome back to another video. If I'm being completely honest with myself and also with you guys, my mental health has not been doing too hot recently. I have been struggling. I'm not able to pinpoint exactly what's going on, but I do feel stuck in this loop of depression and guilt and shame at the moment. And on the days when I'm not filming or I don't have anything planned, I've really been struggling to find the motivation to get out of bed and get dressed and brush my teeth. So I thought that I could take this week to really focus on my mental health, because I know exactly what to do to help myself feel better. I just haven't been doing those things. I haven't been taking care of myself. Yeah, I just really want to take the time to be intentional about what I'm doing and how to make myself feel better. So I think I'm going to start this week with a clean house, because a house reset always makes me feel so much better about myself. I feel like I've achieved something. I feel like I can actually relax in my house when it's clean. And I find the actual repetitive motions of cleaning itself to be very calming and soothing. I need to do laundry. I have a ton of laundry to do. I want to wash my sheets, wash all the towels, and then just regular clothes laundry, which has been building up over the last week or so. And then I need to clean the kitchen and the bathrooms, vacuum and mop. So the house is all clean and it looks great, smells great. I already feel like I'm in a much better mental space just for having a clean house. It's the evening, so I'm going to try and relax a little bit before bed. One of the things that I've found that is super important for my mental health is feeling close to my community, so my friends and my family. And that is definitely something that I would like to prioritize this week. I definitely always feel like I'm in a much better headspace after I spend time with my friends. Me, Ryan, and 2 of our other friends have actually been doing a Baldur's Gate 3 run, which has been a ton of fun, very chaotic, but I'm really enjoying myself. I made myself a sweet little treat for the evening and we're gonna play some Baldur's Gate 3 with our friends. Ooh, that's nice. I'm probably just gonna keep my fit. I really like my fit. I wonder why he had... Ah! Ah! Hey guys, it's the next day. I've just been having a very slow day today. I spent the morning just hanging out with the boys and catching up on The Summer I Turned Pretty. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the books that I've been reading this week. So last week I told you that I was reading The Summer I Turned Pretty and The Way of Kings. Well, I finished The Summer I Turned Pretty and it was fine. It was a very quick read. I think teenage me would have loved it. I think to enjoy it as an adult, it would have to have some kind of nostalgia to it, and I didn't read it when I was younger, so it doesn't have that for me. And for the first time in my life, I think that the TV show adaptation is better than the original book. I completely understand it being nostalgic for people, it just wasn't really my cup of tea. And then I haven't actually started The Way of Kings. This is how it has been with me in this book for a very long time. Whenever I want to go and start it, it just feels so daunting because it's such a large book and it's a whole series of very large books. I know that if I just started reading them that I would absolutely love it because I've read other books by Brandon Sanderson and I've loved them, but I just can't make myself start The Way of Kings and I don't know why. I think maybe I'll have to try reading it again later in the year and I'll probably have to actually buy it myself because I don't think that giving myself the 14-day deadline from the library is going to help me. I did start listening to Beach Read by Emily Henry on audiobook. I'm about 17% through and I'm really enjoying it so far. When my mental health is not doing great, I struggle to keep up around the house and I also struggle to do things that I know that I enjoy, like all of my different hobbies. So I think that listening to an audiobook that I'm enjoying, because I like doing things at the same time as listening to it, it helps me do laundry, fold clothes, vacuum. And it also helps me do the hobbies that I know I enjoy because I know that I can sit down and do a hobby while I'm listening to an audiobook. So I think this afternoon I have some laundry to put away, as you can see right here. And then I'd like to do another page of my coloring book. I feel like coloring book is the hobby that I've been reaching for the most recently. Firstly, because I got my Bobby Goods coloring books and I absolutely love them. And secondly, my new markers. I talked about them on my last vlog, but I love them so much. They make coloring so much fun. And so I've just really been looking forward to picking up my coloring book. And now I'm listening to an audiobook that I'm really enjoying as well. A perfect afternoon. Sorry for the jump scare of my gross sweaty face. I just got back from the gym. I don't know how people look cute at the gym. I've never managed it. I'm always a gross sweaty mess. I'm trying to be more consistent about going to the gym. This was my second time this week, which is definitely an improvement from the 0 times that I've gone the last couple months. I always feel a lot better mentally and also about myself when I go to the gym consistently. I'm going to take a shower and get dressed and get started on the plans that I have for the rest of the day. It just started storming, and the storms here do not mess around. They are serious business. The lightning feels like it's coming from inside of the house. What I wanted to do up here is work on my school application a little bit. I'm actually applying for the spring semester. It opens up tomorrow, August 1st, and I'm applying to study English literature. I'm excited to be going back to school. I'm glad that I finally decided which subject I want to study, and I'm also just in general very excited to go back to school. I love learning, I love taking classes. Wish me luck. That's what I'm going to work on right now. I also last night finished Beach Read. I stayed up quite late to read it. I enjoyed it. It was good. Ali Hazelwood is definitely still my favorite romance writer, but I do like Emily Henry as well. Beach Read definitely isn't my favorite Emily Henry book. One of the things that I struggled with was something that I also struggled with in the previous book of hers that I read, Great Big Beautiful Life, where in that one there was a mystery element to it. They were interviewing a celebrity and uncovering the mysteries of her life. But then in this one, in Beach Read, they were following the workings of a cult and the people that were affected by it. And it was kind of giving me whiplash going back and forth between, oh, this cult is terrible and awful and these are all the awful things that happened, and then, oh, I'm falling in love. Wow, so many awful things happened at this cult and so many people were terribly affected and these people died. But God, he looks so sexy in that t-shirt. I got impatient listening to it on audiobook and I just wanted to read the rest of it. So I did end up buying the book on Kindle in the end. I'm going to work on my school application a little bit and make sure that everything is good to go for tomorrow. And then fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I get in. Okay, I'm all done. My application is ready to go. Like I said before, I'm very excited, but I also am quite nervous. I don't even know if I'm going to be accepted, and if I am accepted, I'm going back to school as a 30-year-old. But my application is ready and I'll keep you guys updated if I get accepted or not. The next thing that I want to do today is repot some of my plants. I bought a couple new houseplants a little while ago, and then I've also bought some new herbs recently, and I would like to repot them all before they start getting really mad at me. I bought some just regular plain terracotta pots for the 2 herbs, and then I have the 2 plant pots that I actually painted from Michael's for the other 2 plants, so I thought that we could repot them together. Since it's storming and gross outside, I'm gonna have to repot them inside and just try not to make a ton of mess. And as far as mental health goes, plants have been very beneficial for my mental health over the years. Firstly, because it's just nice to have plants in the house. I like the greenery. I like seeing them when they're happy, and watching them grow really brings me a sense of joy and accomplishment. But also there's actual science behind getting your digits in soil and how it's beneficial for your mental health. And who am I to argue with science? I'm just a girl. One of the herbs that we bought is rosemary, and I am quite sure that it's already dead. It shriveled up like a prune the second that I got it. Ryan does not think that it's dead. He thinks that it can be brought back to life. So if you guys see a dead shriveled up rosemary, just know I don't think that it's alive anymore. I think that she's dead and gone. I'm gonna repot her anyway just to see if maybe she has some life left in her. After spending this week focusing on the activities that help my mental health, I genuinely notice a difference. I feel like I have more energy, and the anxious thoughts that are usually very loud and overwhelming are quieter and easier to handle. I think that it's important with mental health to be patient with yourself and to know that healing isn't linear. I personally have been struggling with OCD and anxiety for a while now, and it goes through ebbs and flows where sometimes I feel better and then sometimes I feel like I'm slipping back again. But the things that we did this week, like hobbies, movement, cleaning, and spending time with my community, have always helped me no matter where I'm at or how I'm feeling. When you're scrolling through social media at the moment, it feels like everyone is struggling, but that doesn't make your pain any less real or valid, and it doesn't take away from what you are going through. I'm talking to myself as well when I say that we can all afford to be a little bit more patient with ourselves and give ourselves a little bit more grace. Things are tough for a lot of people at the moment, and it can feel like you are just constantly being bombarded by negative information, but I think that taking time to rest and take care of yourself and being patient with yourself through how you're feeling is very important. If nothing else, hopefully this video gives you a few ideas as to how to reset your own mental health a little bit. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me this week, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye!